What's good? It's your boy Fanon. Welcome back from the weekend. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. Let's talk a little boxing, man. Kevin Stenhouse, what's good with you, sir? Hope you had a great weekend. Mike Big Boxing, man, what's going on, man? I hope you had a great weekend. Timmy Diamonds, Don Ron, Black Ham TV, what's good? Macadon One, what it do? What it do? Frank Sparty, what's going on, man? Jeff, the producer, I'm good, man. Somali Pirate, Aaron Parker, what's good, man? Hope all is well with you guys, man, this morning. I didn't do a live stream this weekend, man, so I'm really happy to be back talking to you guys, man. Don't duck me, Sean. Hey, man, Sean let these people get away with this nonsense, man. I'm just, man, whatever, man. It's just, all I can do is my best, man, and it winds up being what it is. I want to see these cats fight Errol Spence Jr. and get unified champion at 147 pounds. But, some of these guys don't think they can win. I don't believe these guys think they can win the fight. All these mismatches that get made in boxing, nobody ever has a problem getting through those negotiations. But once it gets to somebody that has a hot chance of beating you, all of a sudden, it's politics. It's the business. Yeah, I got it. You got a business, all right? And you don't want that shit to get shut down. That's what that means. This is a business, and I don't want to go out of business. What are you talking about? Fight Errol Spence? That'll put me out of business. No, that's bad business. I'll lose. I mean, how do you expect me? Losing is bad for my business. And if I fight him and I lose, then I won't be the champion anymore. So why would I fight him? That's bad for business. You got to understand that this is bad for business. Boxing's a business. You got to understand that. Boxing's a business. Yeah, I got it. Boxing's a business full of bitches that do not want to lose. Got it. What's going on, Big Coop? Player, what's going on, man? CMS HJ Dog. When is Bob calling out and make Spence Bud like he did for Melina Diaz, ESPN, and Fox both owned by Disney? He's not. I believe it when I see that he's going to call that. Dude, Errol Spence Jr. and Bud. I mean, Spence and Bud is not the same thing as Melina and Diaz, because I got to actually ask, okay, which Melina and which Diaz is this? Which is this? What is this? John Molina and Felix Diaz, or who is this? Julio Molina and DeAndres Diaz. Those are two secondary fighters that it wouldn't even matter who won or lost. Ain't nobody really losing anything, and that's a second tier fight, man. So, I know Bob Arum will make fights when he either thinks that his guy can win or it don't matter. What's going on, LT Green? We the Guitar Studio said they use politics when they're chicken boxing is a sport, not a business. Yeah, pretty much. When they're chicken, no doubt about it. But look, man, as far as it being a business, that it is a business, and I'm in the business of boxing. You're in the business of boxing. If you are talking boxing, if you are paying money to somebody to watch a fight, you are in the business of boxing because you are paying. When you go to McDonald's, you are participating in a business transaction with McDonald's for food. So you are actively involved in the food business. But they just want to cut it off there. Most people, when they're talking about the business, don't want to include the customer. Isn't the customer part of your business? In order to have a business, don't you need to have somebody that's going to buy it from you? Right? Isn't that a transaction? In this transaction, the people that are on one side of the transaction are in the business, but the other people who are the consumer aren't in the business. I'm in the business of being a boxing fan, man. This is why I'm getting tired of this shit, man. I'm like, but I mean, I'm almost not even really getting tired of it from the God dog, man. See, this is what I'm telling you, man. I try to tell people that, man, like I could listen to blood boxing videos all day. Because this dude was the first cat I listened to on the internet that I was like, damn, I think just like this dude. When he's like, look, man, I am getting tired. I get tired of, I want to see the fights. Get in the ring and fight. You're getting paid millions of dollars to fight. I don't care whether you get 1.5 million or 1.9 million. You're getting you're getting millions of dollars to fight. Fight the guy that is the biggest challenge. And if it's for a belt, if you fight the guy that you know most boxing fans want to see you fight. Sean Porter is not getting inundated with requests to fight Andre Berto. He's not getting pestered about when he's going to fight Keith Thurman. The only people that are talking to Errol Spence Jr., talking to Sean Porter about fighting Keith Thurman or fighting Thomas Delorme or fighting Jesse Vargas are the people who are in the business of boxing, right? His manager, right? His daddy wants him to fight those guys. I don't know if he does or he doesn't, because I don't talk to Sean Porter behind the scenes. I'm not interested in talking to Sean Porter behind the scenes. I don't care what Sean Porter has, what Kenny Porter has to say behind the scenes. I could care less. Kenny Porter could call me on my phone tomorrow and I would say, hey, Fanon, do you want to interview me on your channel? Kenny, no, I do not want to interview on my channel. Hey, but 78 Sports TV does really good interviews. He's got a very good audience. Why don't you go talk to him? That would be great, because I don't care to talk to you. I want to see Errol Spence Jr. and Sean Porter in the ring. I want to click buy. If it was on pay-per-view, I would want to click. That's how I will pay respect to you. If you make this fight and you charge me money, I will pay. But I don't care about the explanation about why the fight can't happen. Right? And having you smile at me and tell me and give me, secret messages. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that shit. Is the fight going to happen or is the fight not going to happen? What's going on, Mark Blake? Said, I'll never put UFC over boxing, but at least they fight over there. I watched UFC this weekend. I ain't going to lie, dog. It said, what's the deal with the confused brother Gervonta Davis? I don't know, man. Gervonta Davis, I'm judging cats when they fight. When they make the fight, that's when I'm going to judge them. Other than that, I got to get a lot of this excuse my language, I got to get a lot of this noise out of it, man. Okay? I want to get all this noise out of it. There's a lot of noise. RJ Fanah Priest, we just fans out here. Show me something. Exactly, dude. The proof is in the pudding, man. Put. Are you going to fight the dude? I will believe you're going to fight him when that shit gets announced. So that's why I'm liking this Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. It was real simple. And that's why I'm saying, man, I feel blood boxing, because blood boxing said I got to catch up to the chat in a while, man, because I want to get this off my chest. And I'm interested. This is what I think. What are your thoughts on Tyson Fury having 7 days to enroll in VADA? I thought he's not already. I thought he should have. That's the first I've heard about it. He needs to be tested, especially coming out that camp, since he got the same cat as Billy Joe Saunders does. And WADA's testing is sorry as shit. I didn't realize it was so sorry. Per ESPN, I don't know, man. I'm looking for the fight on December 1st, but if he's got 7 days to enroll in VADA, he needs to go ahead and enroll in VADA. And if he's got 7 days to enroll, I suspect that he'll enroll. What's going on, Akabin? WBC paper champ, Sean Porter coward. Look, man. Yeah, he ain't enrolled, though. He's not enrolled yet. Hey, he needs to enroll. He needs to enroll and needs to stay off that damn inhaler. Because that's the first thing that I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit worried me when I heard about Billy Joe Saunders, because I'm like, Jay Davison is the trainer of Billy Joe Saunders. They have the same trainer. What's going on, Lamont? He said, Almighty's lost something. So say, hey, sir, yeah, this will be the easiest fight to make. Sean Porter, in his own words, bullshit. Yeah, man, when you got 50 people in your ear saying, man, take this money here, man, you can get $8 million instead of this $1 million. Because just fight this guy here, right? And then at the next time you fight, I don't care, man. Until he fights the fight, I want the fight that I want to have made. All right, I'm selfish. I have a voice. This is my voice. I want the fight. Oh shit! Fury must enroll. Suleiman told ESPN he personally committed to me to enroll. I will write him right now. If he doesn't enroll, the fight will not be sanctioned by the WBC. For Fury is not signed up for VADA. Yeah, he needs to get in there, man. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna make a big deal about it till the shit happens, dog. You know what I mean? Hey, man, thank you, Ben. Man, thank you, Ben. Ben Yahawada, thank you, sir. And you know I know you, man. I just killing that name, man. But much love and respect, man. I appreciate you, man. He said, okay, Barzilla 875. I used to fight out of Times Square Gym in New York. I was trained by Emil Griffith and managed by Oh, cool. Hold on, man. There's a lot of really good comments, but let me get to that. Okay, Barzilla 187. I used to fight out of Times Square Gym in New York. I was trained by Emil Griffith and managed by Jimmy Glenn. I can tell you firsthand, fighters back then were just hungry for cash and fame. Yeah, just get the money, dude. God, dog, take the fight and then fight again. It ain't even like Sean Porter won't get another fight. Sean Porter been beaten. Sean Porter been beaten. He been beaten twice. He got beat by Kell Brook. He got beat by Keith Thurman. Now go ahead and get beat by Errol Spence, man. Make it a trifecta, dog. You still going to get another fight. Make it a trifecta. But oh man, he was probably dying when that draw happened. Like, oh crap. I can't get Jesse Vargas for an easy $2 million. And y'all think Eddie Hearn is good for boxing in the U.S. When you got somebody like DAZN that is, and this is when you got somebody, not just DAZN, I mean, whatever, man. It could be anybody that's willing to pay you not to make another fight. That's a problem. Like, hey, the WBC belt's on the lawn. Sean Porter's on there, man. Look, man, I got my man over here, Jesse Vargas. Jesse Vargas is in line for that fight. Yeah, I'm trying to make the Jesse Vargas-Sean Porter fight. Yeah, we got extra money over here in the zone to make this fight. And why the fuck do I care? That's why I can't pay for the zone. Because you want me to help you rip me off. I already know what's going to happen with Sean Porter and Jesse Vargas. Somebody that can't beat Errol Spence Jr. is going to win. That's what's going to happen. Somebody is going to be in that championship position, and there will still be 4 welterweight champions after that fight. I know what's going to happen. There's going to be a WBC champion at the end of that fight. That's what's going to happen, dude. That's what's going to happen. Plain and simple. That's what's going to happen. Why do I care? That's why I can't pay for that. And I said that before. It's just another mechanism by which to prevent fights from getting made. Because promoters, middlemen, always are going to want to be in the middle. If they're not in the middle, they don't matter. So Eddie Hearn and any other promoter, Bob Arum, shit, if they are the head promoter, they are in the middle. Their interests have to come into play. They have to see if it's worth their time to make this thing happen. It is indefinitely in Eddie Hearn's benefit, not for Sean Porter not to fight Errol Spence Jr. It's clearly in his interest, just like it's in his interest for Tyson Fury not to fight Deontay Wilder. Some of these promoters, there's interest in other fights that don't have anything to do with their people not being made. But that's the business of boxing, and I can understand that. I don't give a shit about it. And there's no amount of explanation that you're going to give me that's going to make me care about it. That's like, I think you should talk to people when there is something they could possibly say to you that could mean something. There's literally nothing that in having a conversation with Eddie Hearn that will mean anything to me. Talking to him, that will mean nothing to me, because the only thing he can do for me is make the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. If Deontay Wilder wants to fight for free and he's okay with it, I'm okay with it. I don't care. I want to see the fight. But at the same time, since I want to see the fight, I'm not going to allow you just to tear this dude's name down so the fight can't ever be made. Hey, Anthony Josh Johnson, man, much love in the super chat. He says, shout out for Nan. Let's get the super chat rolling. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Hey, they always help, my friend. And Dana Jones always in the house, man. Much appreciation. He says, Porter's next few fight, Vargas, Berto, Ugas, and one time is Spence taking fights off your and one time problem is Spence taking fights off your career. Yeah, man, he is going to take fights off your career. That's a problem. The problem is, but that's a problem that ain't my problem. That's not my problem. And as a boxing fan, I don't want to. And I know you ain't doing it, Dana. I don't want to give any credence to that. Boxing is a dangerous sport, and it's a dangerous sport. And you can take L's. The biggest problem is that cats can't take losses and keep coming. Ask for a rematch clause. You know what I mean? Ask for he's a WBC champion. Get a rematch clause. Get a 2-for-1 in there. You know what I mean? But, man, I'm certainly hoping Tyson Fury gets enrolled with VADA, but he should have already been enrolled with VADA, man. This shit's 8 weeks out. But he's going to put something in the system, dog. I have a belief about that because now when you guys bring that up, man, hey, what's going on in P4 Vids? I ain't gonna lie, dog. That's like one of the first things that I thought, man. I was like, crap. Isn't the dude when that epinephrine stuff hit and they talked about how you use that, it's not epinephrine, whatever it might be epinephrine, whatever it is, the nasal congestant that Billy Joe Saunders used, that's for weight loss, right? It allows you to lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time, right? He's like, it turns somebody who's chubby, right? Somebody who's chubby into somebody that's ripped right before the fight. And Victor Conte was saying that he believes that his trainer is the one that gave it to him. So if his trainer is the one that gave it to him and they have the same, and Tyson Fury has the same trainer and he has the same problem, but a lot worse with the weight loss. I'm like, oh man, please come on, man. Don't try to dope up, dog. Don't try to dope up. Because seems like everybody's doping. I think that it's a whole lot of people doping up, period. And even when they talked about how that particular substance isn't banned out of competition with WADA, right? It's not banned by he can take that legally by VADA, right, in the British Boxing Board of Control out of competition. But as soon as you start training for a fight, that's when it becomes illegal. But you can get the benefits of all of that stuff leading up to training camp, right? And they said that stuff clears your system in 24 hours. Maybe the reason, and this is me just suspecting, and maybe the reason that Tyson Fury didn't sign up that quick is because he got to get that shit up out of his system. And I wouldn't doubt it, man, because they got the same trainer. And Billy Joe Saunders admitted that he took it, you know. And I'm going to tell you a guy that I like. A snake that I like. Like my favorite snake is Frank Warren. Because Frank Warren tells the truth. Even if he's he's playing around the line and he's trying to get a conclusion that's foul. Man, that dude is straight down the middle, man. I mean, not straight down the middle. He's straight with it. Because when he explained that Billy Joe Saunders thing, I had already listened to Victor Conte explain it. And I was like, all right, let me see if Frank Warren says anything different than Victor Conte did. And he didn't. He said it right down the middle. He said it right. He acknowledged everything that Victor Conte said. But then he was like, look, this isn't illegal in the UK. Out of competition. If out of competition, you can do all this you want. It's not illegal. And what we're talking, and since it's not illegal, and you know, how can this prevent Billy Joe Saunders from fighting? It was a very good argument, right? About the letter of the law. But there's the letter of the law, and then there's the spirit of the law. And it's like just because you found some new way to steal from somebody that isn't on the books yet, doesn't mean you're not stealing. You're still stealing. And just because you found just because you know some shit that's giving you that is a performance enhancing drug, you're taking it for the purpose of for enhancing your performance. But you got a loophole in WADA, in the British Boxing Board of Control, that you can drive a truck through. You go with it. That's a bad look, man. It's a bad look. Sorry, man. I had to go on that. MP4, but good. Hey, Efren, thank you very much, man. Good luck. Hey, what's good, man? Arthur Young says solid point. That's good. Hey, man, look, it's just that's the problem, man. That's a problem. And it's just having it happen so many times to Deontay Wilder is like, come on, man. Did you get my super chat or did I donate? Did I donate to YouTube? Akabin. Oh, yes, I got it, man. My bad. Hey, much love, Akabin, in the super chat, man. Thank you so much, sir. I'm sorry, man. I've been running my mouth. I'm going to bring up a different panel so I can see it. Hey, Ticket TV. Dog, I gotta tell you, man. I was listening to your debate. I did a little bit of a video on it, man. Hey, I respect you, man. I agree with what you say more than you know. When you said, I don't give a shit about developing a relationship, I was like, man, dog, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Why do I care about creating? Why do I care about developing a relationship with Kenny Porter? I do not care. I don't care. Are you going to make the fight or are you not going to make the fight, man? Yes or no? You know what I mean? And no, I don't want it. Why? What am I getting? And see, this is the thing I don't even get, man. And no disrespect to cats that do it, because I think that there's a love of the sport that people have, right? People have a love for the sport, right? And talking to fighters, being at the fight, being in the mix, man, that shit in a lot of ways seems fun to people. Seems fun. But I don't see the pull to that. I'm not pulled to that. Because I got to spend like 3 days out of my life going to a fight, listening to something I can hear on YouTube. I'm just too lazy to do that. You know what I mean? I'm too lazy to do that. And I don't have time. I don't have a lot of patience for people that they're trying to debate, don't try to sell me, man. I know what I want, dog. What I want is the fight. Okay, and I know the business of boxing. It costs me money. Okay, here's the business. You want my money. Okay, you want, and me being the fan in a general thing, you want my money. That's the business. I pay you. Isn't that it? But see, they want to be like AT&T, right? Like, you pay AT&T, right? And AT&T don't give a jack shit about you. Don't know. You're just a name in their database until you say, I'm leaving. Oh, I'm going to disconnect my service. Well, hold on. I got this new special deal for you. I can cut off 15, percent on your, I give you 20% extra hours. Come on, man. Frank Sparks, I'll stop listening to because it started to look like he lets relationships change his commentary. You cannot help but have relationships change your commentary because you got a different source of information. What's going on, MP4 Viz? I appreciate you, man. Much love in the super chat. I said it is good to get. Oh, there you go. Sorry, man. Let me back up. I don't know why the smaller super chats don't pop up at the top. MP4 Vids said it's good to get straight to the point with people to find out their overall goal of who they're going to fight. Oops. Without all the fancy talk, it gets old quick. Dude, real quick. And for me, I'm not engaging in it. I know this, you didn't fight the guy. All right, that's what I know. Like the Anthony Joshua situation. I know what happened with the Anthony Joshua situation. All that stuff we're talking about with splits, this, that, the other thing. He fought Alexander Povetkin like I said he would when it started. And that's it. That's what he said he was going to do that. Now, see, this is the thing about Eddie Hearn. He will tell you the truth. Eddie Hearn will tell you the truth. He's going to tell you 9-10 lies with the truth, but the truth is in there. The truth has been in there with it because he has to. You know what I mean? He at a certain point in time, he might be going all around the bridge, tell you 9 different things, but in there is a kernel of truth. If Deontay Wilder, he says if Deontay Wilder doesn't sign before December, we're not going to wait on him. We are going to fight Dillian White in April 13th, right? That's the truth. He's going to fight April 13th. That's the truth in there. He's got a date for April 13th. He already knows who he wants to fight because you're not going to book Wembley Stadium unless you know you're fighting. And he's not going to book it unless he knows who he's fighting. That shit doesn't make any sense. Nope, Eddie Hearn is not a moron. He is going to book that fight for a fight he knows is going to take place. He's not going to take chances with whether or not somebody is going to be available to fight on that date. And once he set the date as April 13th, I knew he wasn't fighting Deontay Wilder because he didn't solidify the fight yet, but he's got the date set. You solidify dates after you already know what you're going to do. You already know what you're going to do. He knows what he's going to do. Anyway, smash the like button, Carly Crush. Hey, yeah, y'all we got 200 people in the building. I would appreciate if you liked it. Or hit the dislike button. I'm cool with whatever, man. If you let your opinion know, I appreciate when you let your opinion be known. He said, "What's with the thumbs up?" Hey, man, look, man. Sometimes cats remember to hit it. They don't remember to hit it. Look, you guys are listening to me talk, man. I'm getting the comments. That's what I like. All right, I'm not gonna, I don't want to beat people up about hitting the like button. If you like it, you like it. I appreciate that you like it. I ain't gonna ask you not to. Peace to the chat and salute LDBC. What's going on, Ramsey Sutton? How you feeling? Cass, I like TBV, but their chat is full of new media and LDBC blocked decavs. Oh, dog, them cats be going crazy, man. But Fanana Don chat room. We need the fights, not the business of boxing. Yeah, not the business of the fight. Exactly. Other than I need to pay for it. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. I'm already hooking you up, dog. Okay? So don't listen, this is my thing, man. I'm helping out Sean Porter. Okay? You can say what you want. I'm helping him. I can criticize him. I'm still helping him out. Because I do videos about him, dog. I do videos about him. You can, whether or not there's a feeling, negative or positive, about him coming out of a video, I'm not ignoring him. Okay? Sean, I guarantee you Stephen A. Smith don't even know who he is. His name is getting out there. He has name recognition. And we're helping him with his name recognition. All of this conversation that goes on about boxing is helping boxing. Because it shows you got an active base of fans. So even if I criticize him, dude, I'm helping him. You know what I mean? If I watch, because I watch his fights. I haven't missed a Sean Porter fight. What's going on, Stephen Bailey? Shout out to the LDBC UK. What's good, man? Oh man, you just reminded me, man. Now look, cats comes here from the LDB, comes here from the UK, right? Oh man, hold on, man. I got a super chat I don't want to miss before it goes away. Oh, here you go. Oh, I did. I got that, man. Thank you, Eric Jenkins, again, man. Look, man. I do not want to insult the United Kingdom boxing fans because we're all boxing fans. I watch fights in the UK often. Okay, I enjoy fights out of the UK, and since I've been able to stream and see fights real time in the afternoon, I've watched more fighters in the UK, dude. Okay. I say you need a Showtime seat. Nah, dog. I'm good. They can give me the paycheck, though. Look, I've been watching UK boxing more and more. But let's set the record straight here. The UK does not run boxing. And when you get these new breed of fans from the UK, because Anthony Joshua, I do believe, has brought a lot of young boxing fans into boxing, right? Watching boxing, paying for fights, doing that. That's the reason why, Dillian White can do 400,000 pay-per-views and 500,000 pay-per-views in the UK, which really shouldn't even be considered pay-per-view. God dog, man. It's like donate a view. $25, yeah, that's like a donation. I wish, You know how many damn people would be buying pay-per-view here if it was $25? God dog, man, that shit's a lunch. That shit's a lunch. $25. Me and my son go to McDonald's. That shit's damn near $20. Not McDonald's. A trip to McDonald's ain't $25, but a trip to Chipotle is $25 fucking dollars. Okay, our pay-per-views cost money. You coming out of pocket in the U.S. to pay for that. That's why we don't have as many. Everybody's on pay-per-view in the UK, man. Every other fight I see is on pay-per-view. There's no way in the world that Dillian White versus Joseph Parker would be pay-per-view in the United States. You're not going to have Luis Ortiz versus Gerald Washington on pay-per-view. But these young dudes think that just because it's on pay-per-view that it's something that's better. God dog, just because it's pay-per-view does not mean it's a better fighter. It's a better fight. Just that's some fucking marketing dumb shit. Like, look, if we put a higher price tag on it, people will associate the quality of it with the fight. Dude, it's Derek Chisora and Carlos Takam. That is not any better because you had to pay extra money for it. The fight between Dillian White and Joseph Parker did not make that any higher level of fight because you had to pay for it. It's like these dudes are associating the price you have to pay for something for how good it is. God dog, HBO cost more than Showtime, but their fights were crap. And the Showtime fights were better. It was like you would rather watch, with you guys' logic, you would think that if you had a fight like this, matter of fact, I know if I think for a couple minutes, I can think of a fight. Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz was on a subscription network, which is not free, by the way. You have to pay for it. You got to pay for the membership. So it's not free TV, okay? They're not fighting in a park. You got to pay for it. But that fight, you didn't say that's just a subscription, right? But they, on pay-per-view, paid for Tony Bellew and what is that dude's name? That marginal heavyweight who used to be a cruiserweight with the braids in his hair. Looks like Genuine from the looks like Genuine. What's that dude's name? Tony Bellew versus, I can't even remember the dude's name, man. God dog, what is this dude's name? But Tony Bellew, that Tony Bellew fight, that's pay-per-view. You think that last fight with Tony Bellew was worth what Deontay Wilder and Luis Ortiz was worth? You gotta be joking. I know somebody already told me the name. Let me go down to the bottom. What is this dude's name? God dog, it's David Haye. Yeah, you really think that is the same level of fight? Oh, hold on. He fights nothing but bums. But Tony Bellew ain't a bum? Tony Bellew, who got knocked out by the Adonis Stevenson at light heavyweight, ain't a bum? But Luis Ortiz is a bum? You're willing to pay for that? Are you kidding me? Everybody's on pay-per-view in the UK. That doesn't mean they're any better fighters. I'm watching, you know what I watched? On a stream, by the way? I watched 2 UK fighters come to Chicago and get the bloody brakes beaten off of them. The brakes beaten off of them. Because it is a minor league boxing for the most part, man. Your boxers are not as good you do have outliers. You do have guys that come out and pop out the top every once in a while. Lennox Lewis, and by the way, Lennox Lewis didn't learn to fight in the UK. Lennox Lewis learned to fight in North America, in Canada, and then he went back and fought in the UK. He moved from the UK, went to Canada. I do believe he picked up boxing in Canada. But anyway, you got guys like Joe Calzaghe. You have guys that are, you have good fighters that come around. But generally speaking, that's the developmental league, man. That shit is not, if you keep bringing your UK, that's why you never allow US fighters to come over there and fight anybody but a UK fighter. And most times they beat the brakes off them, take the belt and go home. I mean, what you're paying for isn't worth it. I mean, it's worth $25. But let's be, man, you know that it's very Canelo. We have two pay-per-view. We have one pay-per-view fighter right now. Yeah, I'm talking about David Hay, man. We got one pay-per-view fighter right now. Canelo Alvarez. Actually, we don't have any. He's Mexican. There aren't any United States pay-per-view fighters, man. None. Because the shit costs too much and people ain't paying for shit unless it's the best. We've got the NBA, we've got NFL, we've got baseball. We got other shit to do, man. We got other shit to do. We're not going to pay for that shit. And you guys are getting beat and trying to brag about getting taken advantage of. Just because you're a sucker don't mean that we wrong for not being suckers. Man, Tony Bellew is a 175 pounder who is dying for a 168 pounder in Andre Ward to come out of retirement. Oh my God, please, Andre, come out. He's calling out Andre Ward, man. This dude will run for the hills if he got in the room with he would do just like Billy Joe Saunders did after he threw that chicken at Deontay Wilder. Run. Man, if Wilder's a bum, the entire UK boxing community are bums. Daniel Harvey. If he's a bum, then all of y'all are bums. Who's not a bum? If Deontay Wilder's a bum, then who's not a bum, dummy? Just straight up. Think about the stupid shit that comes out your mouth, man. If Deontay Wilder's a bum, every heavyweight in the world, except for the one guy whose nuts you're licking on, are bums. If Deontay Wilder's a bum, Dillian White's a bum. Tyson Fury's a bum. Derek Chisora's a bum. Daniel Dubois is a bum. Alexander Povetkin damn sure is a bum. Carl Stakam is a bum. They're all bums. Come on, man. Dog, if you call him a bum, Anthony Joshua's a bum, and you got that right. If Deontay Wilder's a bum, Anthony Joshua's a bum. Because Anthony Joshua, even if you say he has the better resume, has not done marginally more in his career than Deontay Wilder has. Beating Charles Martin and Joseph Parker does not make you Muhammad Ali, dude. But see, that's what I'm saying. You guys you're delusional, man. And it's not like the heavyweight division's even that deep. Who have you fought? Who is there to fight in the heavyweight division? We're not talking about like it's the welterweights or something. It's not like it's the welterweights where you got all kind of dudes that can fight. You got four dudes top in the whole division, unless there's some young dude coming up who's in the developmental stage. AJ's resume are all bums. Fact. I mean, Vladimir Klitschko's not a bum. I don't think Joseph Parker's a bum. I don't think Joseph Parker can't fight. But I ain't stupid enough to think I don't believe Joseph Parker's going to beat Deontay Wilder. I think that dude's head's going to get spun around in a circle. That's what I think is going to happen with him, man. Just come on, man. But here's the thing. I know that you're excited about Deontay. You're excited about Anthony Joshua, and that's cool. Fight him. I mean, be happy about him. But just because you like him doesn't make somebody else a bum. You know what I mean? I like Errol Spence Jr. to beat Sean Porter, but Sean Porter is not a bum. Sean Porter is a two-time welterweight champion. He won the IBF championship and he's won the WBC championship. And as hard as I am on him, he's not a bum. Okay, that dude can fight. That's a world-class fighter. He is not a bum. He's not close to a bum. He ain't within the same auditorium as a bum. That dude can fight. Yeah, he might fight like a prison fighter, but the dude can fight. I don't like his style, but the dude can fight. Anthony Joshua can fight. I'm not saying Anthony Joshua can't fight. And I rarely ever say who I think will win between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Quite honestly, because I just want to see the fight. Let the best man win. But I will tell you that I think that he don't want the fight. And that's a different thing from saying, well, I don't think he can win the fight from I don't think he wants the fight. Shit, I know I can beat up my wife. I don't want to fight her. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that fight. Yeah, I could win, but I don't want that. Why would I want to do that? That's not in my interest. I love my wife. I don't want to go to jail. I might go to sleep and she'll cut me in my sleep. I'm not playing with her. Okay. I'm not doing that. I would never do that. I don't want to do that. So I think I can win the fight, but I don't want the fight. Anthony Joshua, I don't think he wants the fight. He doesn't want the fight. He might be willing to take the fight if it comes up, if the situation's right, if Deontay Wilder fights for free and he gets a rematch clause and it's in his backyard and he gets to pick the refs and he gets to pick the judge and Deontay Wilder fights in 30-ounce gloves and he gets two hands tied behind his back. Come on, and it's illegal to throw a punch. Yeah, he'd jump up in there for that. But as is, he just don't seem like he wants it. And Deontay Wilder right now doesn't seem like he wants to talk to him. So on the other side of that is, does Deontay Wilder want that fight right now? I think Deontay Wilder wants to fight. I don't think Deontay Wilder wants to negotiate with him. I think he's sick of him and he doesn't believe that he wants to fight and he wants to move on. So no, Deontay Wilder's not calling for that fight anymore. But how long do you want the dude to do that? How long do you want him to do it? Like, I know I believe because Errol Spence said he wanted to fight Sean Porter. Errol Spence calls for Sean Porter. Sean Porter starts talking about Andre Berto. Man, Mangus Mara, Shelly Finkel can't protect anybody, man. What are you talking about? He can't protect him. How does he protect him? He works for him. Just stop. Protecting him by what? Protecting him by protecting him by doing what he tells him to do? If you not notice, Deontay Wilder speaks for himself. And Shelly Finkel works for him. Anyway, man. Said, why so many trolls in there? Man, those dudes, they say the same things. I wouldn't necessarily call Myron Mangus a troll. I just think he's wrong. You know what I mean? I just think he's wrong. He's not playing. He might believe that. But these UK buffoons want to gossip more than fight. Hey, man, I can't argue. They damn sure want to defend dumb shit. Because I'm like, man, look, you're not that. First of all, it is damn near impossible for somebody from the UK to be a true A-side to a fight. It is difficult. Because unless that fight has to be in the UK, if it has to come to the United States, it's really difficult, dude. Because your market is too small. It's too small. Okay? Deontay Wilder does not have to be the most popular athlete in the United States to bring more money to the table than Anthony Joshua does. Because there's so much more money available. Okay? There's so much more money available. And his potential fan base is so much bigger. And his fan base spends more money. I would be very interested to know, please in the UK, raise the cost of pay-per-view to 70 pounds. Or is it, 75 pounds. Do that. If Anthony Joshua can sell 1 million pay-per-view buys at 70 pounds, then you can start talking about him being the money man in boxing. But you don't charge that much. You don't charge that much. Canelo Alvarez just did 1 million pay-per-view buys at $90. Not $25, $90. Okay? Do that. Have them prove how much you love Anthony Joshua by charging people 70 pounds for that shit. You wouldn't buy that. You would be, what the fuck? Hold on, what? Excuse my language. It says the UK tickets are only $60. They're less than a lot of them are less than $60. They got, the starting price to get into the Canelo Alvarez Gennady Golovkin was? The minimum ticket in that thing was $500 to get in. $500 to get in the place. Have your minimum ticket at $500 in Wembley Stadium and see see if you get 80,000 people in there. It costs less to see AJ fight than it costs to go to a high school football game in Texas. It's just, you're playing with the wrong number. But, do you? I'm not saying the dude can't fight, but I'm saying it's just going to be, it's tough. If Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury does 500,000 pay-per-views, that fight cannot happen in the UK. It can't happen in the UK unless both of those guys want to make less money. If you can project 750,000 pay-per-views for Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury in the UK, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder in the UK, in the United States, if you can project 700,000 pay-per-views, there is no way in the world that fight goes to the UK. No way, no how, no way, no how can it happen. Because, calculator, please. Somebody's usually faster than me with this, so I'll tell you the calculation I'm going to do. 700,000 times 70. 700,000 times $70 is $49 million in pay-per-view. Then add how many pay-per-views does Anthony Joshua do over there in the UK? Does he do 1 million pay-per-views? What does he usually do? 23 million? So let's do at plus 23 million for the UK equals $72 million off of 700,000 pay-per-views at $70 in the United States, plus 1 million pay-per-view in the UK off 23 million, off of $25 the pound. So it's 1995 pounds rolls up to $25. That's $72 million at 700,000 pay-per-view at $70, and Canelo Alvarez was 90. There's no way that fight can happen. There's no way that fight should happen in the UK. Because to do so, you would have to throw away $72 million. You'd have to throw away 60% of the value of the fight, because the gate in the United States is going to be $24 million. Just for the gate. The gate in the UK is going to be $10 million. So you're really throwing 72 plus 13 is 85, 85. You're throwing away $85 million by having that fight be in the UK. St. Cruising 29 to 35 UK. No, UK pay-per-view is going to be 20. It's going to be 26 because they're not going to charge anymore. They got a limit on how much they can charge. There's no way that fight can be in the United States, dude. I mean, cannot. What's good, Kurt? What's good on Kurt Eric Monroe? There's no way that the Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder can be in the UK. 25 pounds, and that's not 25 pounds. It was 1995 for Vladimir Klitschko, Anthony Joshua. But if they charge more than that, that just makes it even harder to do so. Hell yeah, it's super cheap. Dude, I'm telling you, in the UK, it's not pay-per-view. It's donate per view because you're only giving $25. I got super chats more than that, dog. You kidding me? There are people that go into my super chat and donate more than $25 to talk to me about boxing. Okay, that's donate. That's super chat per view. Like, you kidding me, dude? That $25? $25. It is. That's what it is. You're not even coming off no money for that. Parking in New Orleans is $25 on a regular night. Exactly. That shit is not, they're not charging. Jesus, Fanan, your math is suspect as hell. Why is my math suspect as hell? Would somebody do the math for me? Would you like me to pull out a calculator on you? Okay? It ain't you. You just don't like what I said. I know how much it is. Okay? Let's do it with Deontay. Let's just help me not do the math. Let me not get complicated with you. General Scores, much love. He said, I was at the fight in Chicago. Kid Chocolate was coming out of the building. He held the door for people, then walked down the street. Then walked down the street. It was weird. Oh, man, cool. Well, Kid Chocolate was on there? What's up? I hadn't seen him in a while, man. I hope he gets there, man. Yeah, y'all are tripping, but let's do this. Let's just say that Canelo Alvarez is a heavyweight, okay? Let's just say Canelo Alvarez is a heavyweight. And use Canelo Alvarez's number and Anthony Joshua's number. There's every fight Canelo does is $100 million. It's $100 million fight. Not guessing it whether it's $100 million. It's $100 million fight. The last one was at least $115 million. The numbers that Eddie Hearn gives for Anthony Joshua's fight is between $40 and $50 million in the UK. $40 to $50 million. Let's go to 50. It's $50 million. That's how much it grosses. Last time I checked, 113 million is more than 50 million. So if you get 50 million, whether or not, if you can take the gate away because you can't charge people to go into the UK, to go to Wembley Stadium if the fight's not there. I'm sure I know Eddie Hearn would like to. Maybe have him watching on a Jumbotron, something like that. But more or less, aside from Eddie Hearn putting a Jumbotron in Wembley Stadium, you got to discount the gate, okay? So that makes that $35 million in the UK. So if it's $35 million in the UK for pay-per-view, which it's not, it's $23 million, I think it is, but just say $30 million plus you're going to get regardless because that's UK pay-per-view. They've got to buy it on pay-per-view because you're in the UK. The same fans want to watch it. There you go. The fight can't happen in the UK because here's the thing. People in the United States are not going to buy the pay-per-view in the UK. We have no record of doing that. We know that people in the UK are going to buy US pay-per-view. We know that. And you want to know how we know that? We know that because you've already done it. You paid for Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Manny Pacquiao. You've paid for Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Ricky Hatton. You paid for Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Conor McGregor. You've already done it. You've paid for Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin. You pay for every U.S. pay-per-view. In the UK, a $20 pay-per-view is really a $200 pay-per-view. I swear it's TVKO over here all over again. How is a $20 pay-per-view really a $200 pay-per-view over here? I don't get it. You must be joking. I see the laughs. One and done. This. What's up? What's good, man? I'm chilling. Oh, say we pay things that Americans don't even realize. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys pay for? Oh, you pay for your Sky Sports subscription. I listened to a real good video on that, man, by McGregor Boxing. Broke down how much he pays for boxing. And it's a lot. Oh, man, thanks, One and Done. Man. Yeah, we moving it. It works. It's a good group of people talking about boxing. That's what I like about it. Yeah, man, you guys pay more for boxing over there than we do. You just don't pay more for an individual fight. But yeah, you guys are paying, everything's on fucking pay-per-view, and you got to pay your Sky Box subscription. This year in boxing, at the end of the year in boxing, I probably have paid $800 for all of my subscriptions and any pay-per-view I've done in boxing this year. I'll wind up spending about $800. McGregor Boxing Stars has already paid 600 US dollars Oh yeah, thank you, man. 2605, right? So 2526. Yeah. He's already paid $1,600 worth of that. He said beer is expensive in the UK. How you don't have to prioritize. Oh man, soccer is on cable in the UK. I mean, it's hey man, it is what it is, man. But look, I'm just trying to say is look, man. This dude Leah Campbell's a fucking moron, dude. This dude got to go away, man. See, this is when I block you. I like to talk to people, man. Oh wow. I like to talk to people, man, but people get really crazy, man, with some of the things that they say. This dude said, your best fighter, your best fighters in America aren't American. You're nuts. This guy's anyway, man. Got to cut the conversations with some people, but I do like talking to people about boxing, man. But when you just keep coming back and back again with nonsense, dog, I can't keep talking to you. Mississippi King, what's good, man? Said I heard Canelo earned $30 million for that fight. Yeah, Canelo's getting between $20 and $30 million a fight, man. With that pay-per-view is a killer. You know what I mean? That pay-per-view is a killer. Wool bag. Oh man, I'm missing some phenomena. What's going on, Mississippi King? I think I did say that already, but what's good again if I didn't? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot more money being spent over here, man, and we get more value for our money for boxing here. I mean, seriously, man, I'd be pissed. If I was in the UK, I'd be super pissed because you guys paying for everything and you don't even get the good fights. God, dog. Number one, you don't have the good boxers. I mean, so it's not like you paying for Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence and Gervonta Davis and I guess Usyk's fighting over there. I mean, dude, Mexico got better fighters, man. Mexico, that's a killer too. It's like, man, dude, the UK got to catch up with Mexico. Because guys, I swear to God, man, the Mexicans, man, y'all don't fare well against Mexicans. But I mean, maybe you'll get better because see, that's the one thing that'll help UK boxing, I think. Because if you bring more UK fighters over to fight in the United States in the zone and get beat up, like what happened this weekend, because God dog, who does that better be? If this dude knocked down Beterbiev, though, Beterbiev, he knocked down Beterbiev and then got the brakes beaten off of him. And then Daniel Roman knocked out some British dude. So I was like, oh, wow, are they going to be bringing British fighters over to the United States to get fed to people? Because they had two UK fighters over there, man, that must be matchroom fighters, right? So Eddie Hearn can make a little money because he ain't paying them dudes squat. Probably charge them for their plane tickets to get over. And they got knocked out. But if they keep doing that, they can go back as a trainer and be like, look, man, let me show you what happened to me in this fight when I got my ass knocked out. I said, for now, them dislikes are going up. Hey, man, I'm talking about Anthony Joshua. It's a long overdue to get disliked. And it is what it is, man. Bottom line is AJ versus Wilder will make more money in the U.S. And despite knowing that, Wilder still was willing to go over there. Absolutely, dude. And that's the thing. Come on, man. The dude pulled the argument. He pulled as soon as Deontay Wilder accepts the fight, they're going to pull it because they don't intend to make it. That's just a bunch of talk, man. Man, I read this contract for this dude this weekend. Guy asked me for a favor, man, right? He was like, look, I'm pressing these guys to give me a contract because they said they can use my trucks on this oil field. Because I guess, oil fields in Texas are a big thing, right? Texas is a state in the United States. So oil field contracts are a big deal. So this guy sent me a contract to read for him because he owns like 30 trucks, right? He owns 30 trucks. And he wanted me to read this agreement. And I read this agreement and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this dude, they wanted this man to give them his whole company, charge him to do it, and on the promise that he would get business in these oil fields. And I says like, dude, do you realize that they get to name your prices? So everybody works for them. Only their employees can use your trucks. They're going to charge you, but it's your employees. They're hiring employees for you that are technically your employees, but they're paying these employees. And if they don't make money, you have to pay them back for the salary that they paid your employees. And you got to pay them a fee. And they collect your money. And if you sign this, you're a fucking idiot. Or you're desperate. But if you have any type of way where you can say, look, if you have a contract you want to give me now, and you want to use my truck, I'll rent you my truck. I would rather just rent you my truck and you make the repairs on my truck. I'll just lease you my truck. All right. And every load I'll pay for that. But oh my God, this thing was crazy. I mean, it was crazy, this thing I read. And that's what these dudes. That's why I think some of you guys, it's like, I don't want to say I feel sorry for you, but damn, dude, you motherfuckers will fall for anything. Jesus, you will fall for any damn thing because these people think you're stupid. They think you're stupid because the only person that would offer somebody a deal like that is if they think they're stupid. And Eddie Hearn must think Deontay Wilder's stupid. And y'all must be stupid for thinking that Deontay Wilder should take the deal that this guy was offered. God, dog, give me everything and I'll give you nothing. How's that? God, dog, man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Cali is not a country. Facts. No, Cali ain't. Did I say Cali's a country? I don't think I even mentioned Cali. Motor City Girl. It's not just that, but car insurance is like $4,000 a year. Shit for under 20s. It's a law, and it's a law that we got to have car insurance here too. And the shit's $4,000 a year, depending on how many cars you got. But anyway, man, that ain't got nothing to do with pay-per-view, man. I've been waiting for Mikey versus Lomachenko. Hey, man, I'm waiting for it too. I hope that fight happens. Underground Asylum said, Fanon, salute. Like button smash. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that you like it. But I don't mind dislikes. I'm going to tell you, man, I don't mind dislikes. I would rather see this 25 people listening. You see Ron Finkel's name here. This is what I like. I'm going to go into what I like about channels, okay? I don't even mind Myron Mangus. Myron Mangus don't agree with me about Eddie Hearn. I'm cool. That's cool. We don't agree. You know, I don't agree with what he says, but I don't have a problem with you. I don't have a problem with you. I really don't. It's not like you don't say, I'm not seeing him say super stupid shit. You know, where it's like, come on, man. Like, what would you ever do with your channel if you didn't have Anthony Joshua to talk about? If I did not have Anthony Joshua to talk about, there would be some other ducking ass heavyweights to talk about. Okay? I'm never going to run out of hype jobs to talk about in boxing. Okay? There's never been a shortage of hype jobs in boxing. There's never been a shortage of ducking ass hype jobs in boxing. Okay? There are a steady supply of them. You know what I mean? And watch, as soon as Anthony Joshua's gone, somebody else will come around with it as well. Okay? Anthony Joshua did not create boxing. Anthony Joshua is a boxer. Okay? Anthony Joshua will be sitting his ass with a microphone on Sky Sports talking about the next guy and how this other guy should fight this guy or that guy. He'll be in the same position that David Haye is in, sitting there in enough time. And boxing fans will continue to talk about boxing. But if you've only been a boxing fan for the last 3 weeks and you're really only a fan of Anthony Joshua, you will think that the whole world revolves around Anthony Joshua. But it doesn't. If the only videos you watch on YouTube are Anthony Joshua videos, then you'll think that only thing that people talk about is Anthony Joshua. That's how YouTube works. If all you do is watch mechanic videos about how to replace your carburetor, that's the only videos that you will get fed by YouTube. So you will think the whole world revolves around replacing your carburetor. You see people focusing only on Anthony Joshua, and you don't listen to what people are saying. Anthony Joshua is a name that represents a problem. The problem is ducking in boxing, hype jobs in boxing, new fans getting acclimated to boxing. Because I have no doubt that some of these young UK fans that are so much in love with Anthony Joshua, 1 out of 10 of them are going to turn into real good, solid boxing fans that might in turn begin to push for some of these good fights to happen. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. At a point in time, dude, I was like that. When I was a kid, I was nothing Muhammad Ali could do wrong. There was nothing he could do wrong. I didn't want him to fight Larry Holmes because I was like, man, if I would have supported Muhammad Ali never fighting Larry Holmes, because in my mind, I knew that Larry Holmes was gonna hurt Ali because Ali was too old. Ali would, and I remember thinking when I was watching Muhammad Ali fight. Of course, it was on ABC, but I think it might have been like the replay of the Ernie Shavers fight, right? Because I remember Ernie Shavers as a kid. I was like, God, dog, this dude's back is huge. Like, wow, why does his back look so big? Like, you can't really see it when you're watching it on YouTube, but if you're watching it on like a big TV, in the 70s when the fight was being showed on ESPN before the tape and all that got old, you could see some definition in the back of Ernie Shavers. So I watched that Ernie Shavers fight, and I was so glad that Ali won. But then after the fight was over, they showed some black and white footage of Ali in the 60s. And I was like, God, that looks like an entirely different fighter. I was like, God, he's so fast. Like, he doesn't look like that anymore. And then I was like, oh, he's old. Okay, he's old. He's old. He shouldn't fight Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes is going to hurt him. And I would have taken, and so if I was in your position, I would have supported that. I would have been like, I know you see Deontay Wilder. Don't act like, I'm going to talk to you, Myron, man, because you see, you're not blind. You see those dudes laying on the ground with their legs twitching. You see guys' heads flying from one side of their shoulder to the other one and bouncing back into Deontay Wilder's fist. You see it. You know that's a dangerous man. You know it. There's no way that you don't know it because you're intelligent enough to type. Okay? I know that you know that that's a dangerous guy. All right. And I know when you guys talk, and maybe you don't say this, Myron Mangus, but some of you UK fans, you say these type of things. You start talking about his record and how everybody he ever beat was a bum. But you know what happened to them, right? You saw them in pain on the ground, right? You saw them get concussed and black out, right? You saw that, right? What about Anthony Joshua's head makes it any harder than theirs? You know what you see. And you don't want to see that happen to Anthony Joshua. You don't. And there's a very good possibility that it could. Okay? But just say that. Or at least in time, maybe you won't be able to do it with Anthony Joshua, but with the next guy, you might be able to do that. You might be able to see that if Deontay Wilder's a champion and Daniel Dubois knocks out 50 dudes in a row, right? Nobody makes it out of the first round. He punches somebody in their jaw, and literally they gotta do a TV timeout because his jaw becomes detached, and it's too gross. It's too gross for them to show it on TV. And you'd be like, God, dog, Daniel Dubois is so dangerous. And then Deontay Wilder's 36 years old. He's gone the distance his last couple fights. He's looking vulnerable. And you hear somebody say that all Daniel Dubois ever did was fight his bums. All he ever fought was bums. Who has he ever fought? What has he ever done? You'll say, damn, I'll tell you what he done. He knocked that dude's jaw out of its hinge. Okay? And Deontay Wilder has a jaw, and that can be knocked out of its hinge. All right? And I don't think Deontay Wilder wants it because Deontay Wilder saw those fights. And you guys will come around to that eventually. You'll come around to that. You know what you see. You are not blind. You know what you see. Those guys are not taking dives. They're not faking it. They're unconscious. They are hurt. Okay? Eddie Hearn saw those same fights. Anthony Joshua saw those same fights. Don't act like they don't see that. Don't act like that's something that they believe they've seen that with Alexander Povetkin. They didn't see Alexander Povetkin do anything like that. You never saw Joseph Parker do anything like that. You've not seen Vladimir Klitschko do things like that. Vladimir Klitschko is a grab, hold, maul, beat you up type of dude. One dude faked it. He wanted out. Hey, man, I don't doubt it. If he made him run up out of there, he made him run up out of there. But don't act like you don't see it, okay? Every time one of them casual fans from these guys who are just regular cats out there in the UK, all I got to do to convince them is like, really? You think that Anthony Deontay Wilder is a bum? Okay, go look at his highlight reel and tell me what you see. When you see somebody drooling with their leg twitching, dude, that is a guy that got his light switch turned off. Okay? Hey, man, I had this conversation with a dude. They always think it's skills. Hey, man, awkwardness comes into play, dog. Awkwardness comes into play, man. But concussions come into play, too. And sometimes, man, some cats are just, you can be too big and strong, dog. You know, you can be as skilled as you want. You get in there with a silverback, he's going to kill you. Okay? Oh, man, I'm the best MMA fighter in the world. I destroyed everybody. Jump your ass in there with a chimpanzee and see what happens, dog. He will rip your fucking arm off and eat your face because he physically is too much for you. At a certain point in time, dude, size and strength will take out anybody. Paul Script said, Wilder's no bum. I think Fury is a harder fight for him than AJ. Could be. I hope he takes his test, though, man. That shit is starting to worry me, man. That's kind of bugging me. Hey, but look, man, I really appreciate you guys coming to the chat today. Look, if you are not subscribed to the channel, even if you're from the UK, please subscribe and participate in the videos next time. Look, man, very few people get blocked on the channel because for the most part, most of the disrespectful and crazy acting people have already come through and already been quarantined. But so I hope you guys will come back by, man. Like I said, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'm going to be back tomorrow. I got a video I'm about to drop in a second. And with that, man, thank you for everybody in the super chat and everybody that came and listened this morning. I really, really appreciate it. You don't have to hit the like button for me, man. Just showing up and, you know, having the conversation and all that stuff with me, man, it's enough for me, man. You know what I'm saying? But I do appreciate it if you like it. And with that, I'm out. Peace.